up on Facebook Live shortly.
Notes to start this morning. Hey, good morning. Stayed up, watched Sacramento and the Pacers last night. Good morning, Brian Crow. So I'm on about, I don't know, maybe 4 hours or so sleep, but it was worth it because the Pacers got it done late. Good morning, David George. One of the best officials in the state of Indiana and certainly one of the best stat guys in the NBA right there. Seltzer! You guys didn't know I could lip sync Hall of Notes? Oh, I got that. I got it down. I love this song. Woo! Pacers, yeah, I know. I got to give a little bit of love because I know I got a lot of Cubs fans out there. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Jeremy. That's what you guys got yesterday. There's no doubt about that. My boys, tragedy. My boys going a little bit later on today. Tucker Barnhart. Good luck to you, brother. By the way, this t-shirt you can find at the shop in Broad Ripple to support our guy. Our guy is going to, or letting us choose his first walk-up song of the season. I don't know if you guys were privy to that conversation yesterday. But good morning, Jeff Holcomb. Good morning, Jeremy. I didn't know if you guys heard this conversation yesterday, but he's allowing us, Tucker Barnhart, to choose his first walk-up song of the year. And I kind of went a little bit, biased. I said Man in the Box by Alice in Chains, but you guys, a lot of people sent a lot of great stuff in there. And I haven't heard from him yet. I don't know what the walk-up song from Tucker Barnhart is going to be, but here's what happens. If he walks up there, let's say to Man in the Box, for example, walks up there and then goes yard in his first at bat, he will use that for the rest of the year. You watch, because that's how it works in baseball. I don't know, but I'll find out later on today what he's going to use. It may be something you sent in as well, because I know you sent a lot of those to Tucker Barnhart. Hip Hugger says, good to see you yesterday. Put that podcast up. Hip Hugger wants the podcast to show that he's actually real up on our website. We might do that yesterday. Had a great time at Tavern on South. I mentioned Tucker Barnhart joined us. We'll see what walk-up song he chooses today in that first game for the Reds. They play later on this afternoon against the Nats. Kurt Gerald says the Cubs go 104-58. Book it. I'm going to tell you what, if they don't win 95 games, something's wrong, because that thing is absolutely stacked. Stacked offensively, stacked pitching-wise. Lester struggled a little bit yesterday, but they had way too much offense for the Marlins to handle. No doubt about that. My Reds, on the other hand, what are you guys thinking here? I know SI said 69. We thinking 69, 70, 71, 72, 75 with a good year. What are we thinking with the Reds? Tyler Lewis Alexander, let's get your whole show on a podcast. Why not? Why don't we do the whole damn show on a podcast? I completely agree with you on that. I'm sorry, I had to adjust the camera a little bit. You think the Brewers are going to win the Central? Listen, I think it's a bad year. I think it's a regrettable year if the Cubs don't roll over everybody this year in the Central, because they're way too damn stacked, aren't they? I mean, absolutely stacked. So you guys can still choose if you want. Again, send to Tucker on Twitter at Tucker Barnhart, and he'll choose by the time he walks up to that first at bat later on today. Back to the Pacers. Pacers later on tonight. Pacers last night. I stayed up for the entire thing. I think Miles Turner and Tony and I on the over-under. Miles Turner was a push with his 9-4. Victor Oladipo saved the day as he normally does. Steps up big in a closer role in the fashion that Paul George never, ever, ever stepped up in that role here. As much as he wanted to, Heath Bartley gets this. Animotion obsession. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I could lip sync. I need to be on that lip sync show with LL Cool J, man. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Doug. Too much invested in Darvish and Quintana. I mean, you got Quintana and Hendricks, Darvish, Lester. That's pretty damn stacked right there, man. Pretty damn stacked. All right, back to the Pacers. I'm sorry, I got off track there a little bit. Pacers last night beat Sacramento. Got a win streak rolling. They got 2 more games on the road out west. That's the Clippers and then Denver, and then they get back here. I think the Clippers on Sunday. I guess the worst part about this maybe for them is you're going to get 2 off days in LA. Good for them. We'll see how they come out on Sunday and play against the Clippers. And these 2 teams have something absolutely to play for. Hey, I'm going to give credit where credit is due last night, okay? Credit is credit, and then the Kings are outside the playoffs. They haven't made the postseason in 12 years. But the Pacers survived a 3-point barrage that never went away. I mean, it just continued from the beginning. Vince Carter got it started all the way to the end with those ridiculous threes by Buddy Hield and the other Bogdanovich for the Kings. I mean, that's you can say what you want about the Pacers last night, and hey, it's just the Kings and they're not in the playoffs. But on the road to survive that 3-point ridiculous shooting by the Kings, especially those at the end, that was big. Really was big. And Victor Oladipo does it again. Why he should be the most improved player in the NBA without a doubt. And Doug Hall mentions this too. This is going to be something worth watching. Pacers are trying to get up into home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. They're battling, for example, Philly. Big news out of Philly last night. Joel Embiid fractured, I think it's a fractured orbital bone, and he's going to miss the rest of the regular season. 2 to 4 weeks is where they predict he is going to be out. And that is big in the context of the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff picture, because Philly could also slide down that list as well. But, man, the Pacers are in prime stinking position to get home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and that is awesome. We'll see how this goes, too, because if you get matched up with Philly in the postseason, they still may be, for a point in time, without Embiid. So that was big. Absolutely big. All right, what questions we got this morning? I'm ready for you. Good morning, JMV. That's from David. Go Reds. Absolutely. What else? Jeremy says, kiddo on spring break. Shout out to Dylan. Dylan from Jeremy Hadley. Have a great spring break. My kids have been on spring break now. This is the end of their 2-week period, so I'll be rolling down to G Mama's tomorrow and picking that up and bringing them back up. I got to let them get acclimated to get back to school. But I can tell you this, weather-wise, and because normally we stay around on spring break because I've always got, college basketball stuff going on, this has been the worst, the absolute worst weather during any spring break that I can remember around here. I mean, you go from, it's never been really warmer than what, 55 degrees, maybe 53. It snowed 10.5 inches around here on Saturday, and when it's not snowing 10.5 inches, it is raining. It has been miserable. So I think Mother Nature owes us a little bit of something as far as great weather coming up in April and May. And she better stinking pay up. Connie, good morning. Daniel, good morning to you. Roll Pacers, morning JMV. Swayze Putnam, good morning. Bring who on? Kids aren't on camera. Kids aren't here today. I'm getting ready to roll out of here and go to my ATI rehab assignment with Brad Howe. Oh, what's this here? Uh-oh. You know what this, guys? Information Society. What's on your mind? I tell you what, name that tune against me. Name that tune, remix edition. There's nobody in the world that has a chance. And I don't even care about some of these big DJs. Calvin Harris, David Guetta, Marshmello, Dead Mouse. Nobody has a chance against me. Done. Zero. Done. Good morning, Swayze. Good morning, Darnell. Any other questions you have? Final Four coming up this weekend. Who do you pick for that championship game? I have Michigan and Kansas. It'll probably end up being Villanova and Michigan. But I have Michigan and Kansas. Who do you have? Go Cardinals. Cardinals lost yesterday, by the way, to the Mets. And as I mentioned, the Cubs beat the Marlins. Thank you very much. Doug says you are good. That is props. I'm telling you, if there's anything in this world I can do, it's name that tune in less than 3 seconds. Now, granted, when I'm not like talking to you guys or doing a radio show, all I do is listen to music. That's all it. Oh, Corey Kenny, 1 pitch, 1 home run. He is in love with Hap. Corey says the Cubs are going to win 105 games is what Corey said yesterday. Connie asked how am I at singing at karaoke. I think I'm great at singing at karaoke. Others think I suck. I can lip sync like you would not believe. Darnell asked, how is the knee? The knee is awesome. You want me to, let me see if I can get the knee up here. I don't know if I can do that in the truck or not. All right, hold on. Oh, yeah, look at that, baby. There it is. That's some stinking flexibility right there, right, Pat Kendall? Yeah. Oops. Little 3 incision marks right there where Kevin Julian goes down and he repairs the meniscus. He gets under my kneecap and it scrapes some loose bodies under there, wear and tear from just cleaning the clocks of clowns for 25 plus years. Hell, 25 plus years. This is the longest. Seriously, I haven't played basketball since it'll be 2 weeks ago Sunday. This is the longest I've never played basketball in my life. The longest that I've never played basketball in my life is right now. But I am. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to go pick up a basketball and I'm going to go shoot off my right leg a little bit. But I'm not going to tell anybody I'm going to do it. But Doug Hall says the Sox hit 6 dingers. Tony D has got to be happy. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. He is. I'm trying to get back and be ready for hoop because there is no better time to play pickup hoop than the spring and the summer. Because in the spring, you got the NBA going on, and it's awesome. And then in the summer, it gets hot, and you get into gyms with no AC, and that's how basketball is supposed to be played. Hot and stinking sweaty, not all this climate-controlled BS. Heath wants to challenge me to a 3-point contest. Heath, we shall do that. Now, what distance? We doing high school distance, college distance, or NBA? Because by God, I can do all 3, buddy. Whatever you want to do. Good morning, Randy. Do you think the Colts will trade out of 6? I do not. I think if you move down any further, for example, we talk about the whole Buffalo at number 12 all the time. If you move down any further, I think you risk not getting the type of player that you really want to get, given the fact you lost, or I should say won 4 games last year. You know what I mean? I think you kind of move out of the category of could be, would be an elite type of player. So, listen, I can see it happening. I can see it happening, but I don't think it is going to happen. We shall see. Jeff Seltzer says, don't do it, Heath. All 3, though. All 3, high school. Oh, Heath. Heath, buddy. Distance is not an issue. Is this late 80s Duran? All she wants is. You, Brian, do like that, right? I loved Information Society back in the day. I'm going to play that as a re-entry today. All she wants is. I think this is Duran, if you remember. Late in the 80s, I think, who did they lose? One of the Taylors, not John, I think Andy Taylor, and they went to a little bit more of a synth sounding thing with this. And then if you remember the early 90s, they had arguably one of their biggest hits. Now I can't remember what it is. Duran had that. Anyway, Duran. I'm big on Duran, having seen them in concert before. Electric Barbarella was one, but I don't think that was a big hit. But that was one that they did do. Ordinary World is what I'm trying to think of. Ordinary World, Duran, one of their biggest hits. That came in the 90s when I was in college. All right, anything else before I bail out of here? Today, we got waves crossed yesterday. Dusty May, the new head coach of Florida Atlantic, we talked last night on the phone. He's going to join me coming up later on today. I think Bob Lovell's going to be on later on today. We'll get a Pacers update from the guys on the road in L.A. All that you need to know coming up today after 3 o'clock. Tony and I are going to continue to argue ridiculously about Miles Turner. Good morning, Don Zobel. You love Duran Duran. I do too. I saw Duran Duran 2 years ago this summer at Lavinia Fest up on the north side of Chicago up at Highland Park. I saw Chic and Duran Duran, and it was awesome. Speaking of the 80s, go see Howard Jones' show. He was phenomenal. You know, Howard Jones is phenomenal. I've seen Howard Jones twice, and he is awesome. Brian Dew, I saw Duran Duran in the 80s in Baton Rouge at the LSU Stadium. Excellent. Liz Fox says, Happy Easter to everybody. Absolutely, Happy Easter to everybody. Derek Dennis Vance says the Reds 2018 World Series champs. You know what? That would dream a little dream. The Pacers do one thing for you, right? They give everybody hope that what can be viewed as or predicted as a crappy season can turn into something great, as it has here this year. All right, I'm going to see if I can guess this, and then we'll bounce here. Hold on a second. Later on today at 3 o'clock, more tickets for you, too. Remember that. All right, what is this? This would be ABC. You got the look. That's the look. That's the look. I tell you what, you can't get One Past Me remix in 3 seconds. Oh, yeah. This is a damn good song right here. Oh, Corey said 101, but I'll take 105. Man, you know you're leaning 105, Corey Kitty, Mr. Cobb. Come on. Come on. Darnell says, where's the star of the show today? How's Blake T? The star of the show and Blake T are in Greene County with G Mama for another day. I'm going to be going down there tomorrow. I'm going to go to Odin to the meat locker, get some meats, and I'm going to grab the kids and bring them back up here and get ready to go back to school again. Get ready for that stretch run. Jennifer says, I love the Pacers because there's no drama. They just play. They do. There is no drama, and they just play. Hey, if you were watching last night, did you see the ridiculous moving screen call on Sabonis? My man gets hacked all the time, and he gets called for just ridiculous fouls. You guys are great. 3 o'clock later on today, all you need to know, plus stuff we shall give away. Thanks, as always, for watching Drop Off Line Sports. And for the missing star of the show, Laney, from me, have a very happy Easter this weekend. We're back with you on Drop Off Line Sports Monday. Have a great weekend.